Hello, everyone. We are going to start a reading challenge that will be taking place over the year, all the way up until October. In October, I will be going to a convention. This will be my second year of going. It's called Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. And there's a lot of black indie, mainly romance authors. And I loved it last time. I got a lot of books signed. I got a lot of pictures. I got a lot of just happening. And I didn't read from a lot of those authors. So I decided to have a challenge where I read at least like 2 to 3 books from each author who's going to be there. I have a list. I have each book that I want to read that sound the best to me. I have people highlighted already that I've read from, so I don't need to read from them. If they're highlighted in yellow, I've already read from them. I know I love them. I don't really need to read from them. Or I know I don't like them and I don't need to read from them. So if it's highlighted, they're already done because I read them last year. So this year we will be starting that vlog. So let's see who we start with. Okay, so I'm in my bed right now and I'm thinking who I should start with. And I'm thinking I'm gonna start with Siobhan Latrice. She has a series called Crenshaw Kings or King, and then Applying Pressure, a love story. I'm thinking of starting with her, Siobhan Latrice first, and I'm probably gonna do like 2 to 3 people a video. So I'm gonna do Siobhan Latrice, and I'm going to do ML Bash. I've read from her before, and I really, really enjoyed her work. So I'm going to do another books by her. And then the third person will be Kay Shanae. So those are the things I'm going to do. So let me put a little star by their names. So Kay Shanae, Siobhan Latrice, and ML Bash. So let's do that. Hello. So I am 44% through The Marriage Favor, which is book 1 that I'm reading for this vlog. This is a book by Siobhan Latrice. It's a 5-book series, I believe. It might be 6, but it's a 5-book series called The Crenshaw Kings. It's a little more urban fictiony than I thought, and I haven't read many urban fiction books, so it's like a little world shift, but it's not bad at all. The main thing about this book that I'm not enjoying, one, it's taking way too long for the main guy character to leave his girlfriend that he had before the book started. I don't like that he still hasn't broken up with her, and we're 44% into this book. And the second thing, and it's the biggest thing, is the main woman's son, Kari. He is a horrible person. Like, deep within his soul, he's a horrible person. And book 2 follows him and the girl he's treating horribly and disgustingly. So I don't know if I'll be able to read this series. It might get DNF'd, or I might just skip that book, because basically the main plot of this story, which is very like drama filled and interesting, is the main character Lasara. She was married to a preacher. She had 6 sons with him. One day she catches him cheating with a man. They divorce. Everybody finds out because the man blows everything up, and now they're both really struggling. They're both very poor, don't have no money. They divorce. He's not doing his part as a father, so she's basically on her own. She's not living in the greatest neighborhood, and she meets the main male character who goes by Prime. That's not his real name. His real name is Shikanti. I forgot already. But he's like the heir to a bank. But he also does underground like gang stuff, mafia stuff. So that's the main thing, right? But each of her sons have a different personality. The oldest, which is Kari, he's 18 years old. He joined the gang since they moved to this worst neighborhood. He treats his mother like she's gook at the bottom of his shoe. He treats his girlfriend, who he's been with since he was 16, like horribly and disgustingly. For like the first like 35%, we weren't getting, it was only chapters from Prime and Lasara. And then Kari got introduced to having a chapter, and his first chapter made me just gross and disgusted by this man. Like disgusted by this man. He made his girlfriend get 3 abortions. And the third one is the first one we not see, but the first one we know about. And we start off in his perspective. He's getting it on with a different girl while his girlfriend is at the clinic getting an abortion. And he's late picking her up. She's limping. And the thing is, like, he's one of those men who don't got a car but always driving because he's borrowing other people's car and acting like it's his. He joined this gang, and can't fight, can't do nothing to help this gang. I don't know why they allowed him to be in it. It's just so much. He is such a horrible person. He cheats on his girlfriend all the time, and he doesn't give a damn. And the crazy thing is, he really embodies those disgusting men who be like, I cheat on my girlfriend so much because I know she'll never leave me, but if she does, I would literally break down and be nothing without her. So why are you cheating? And the thing is, before we got Kari's perspective, we were in Lasara's perspective. She doesn't know any of this stuff, right? She's trying her best, whatever. In my opinion, she's a pushover. And even Kari said it, like, I know how much to push my mom before she's actually mad at me, but she lets me get away with a lot of things. And I use that to my advantage, which is crazy. But Lasara was at one of his shows, and she was like, wow, he's a really good rapper, whatever, because he wants to be a rapper. Ugh, pisses me off even more. But his girlfriend was there, and she was like talking to his mother, like, why won't he stop cheating on me? And it was so sad. It was so sad, so depressing, because this girl is 18 years old. She's in college. She has a good head on her shoulders. She is a nice young girl, but because she loves this boy so much, she'll rather her life go downhill than leave him. And his mother says, like, he's only going to stop cheating on you if he wants to stop cheating on you. You need to break up with him so he can realize there's consequences to his actions. And she was like, yeah. And Lasara knew, like, she's not going to listen to me. She's not going to break up with this boy. She's not going to, like, take care of herself first. And the crazy thing is, this boy doesn't want you to be on birth control, doesn't want to wear condoms, gets you pregnant, makes you abort these pregnancies, and cheats on you constantly. And then he finds out that she's been texting this guy, being like, talking about him to this guy, not even like cheating on him, but texting this guy, being like, he feel distant, I think he's cheating on me, right? All this stuff, venting about her boyfriend to him. And the guy says, she goes to the bathroom, and so her phone is there when it goes off. And the guy was basically saying, how long are you gonna stay with him when it's hurting you this bad? He's gonna continue to cheat on you, maybe even do worse in the future. Are you just gonna allow this forever? He sees it, he goes off on her, and she ends up the one apologizing. I hate his chapters. Like, they make me so so upset and so, like, angry. And I just feel like I'm nervous that I'm not gonna finish the series. I'm just gonna skip his book because he is such a, like, you don't understand. He is such a horrible person, and the fact that book 2 is about him is crazy because I don't even want to hear his voice for the rest of this book. That's the worst part of this book. That's why it's never gonna get a 5 star, because those chapters are horrible. Like, he is a horrible person, and for book 2 to be about him and this girl he's been, like, horribly treating, like, in my opinion, verbal and emotional abuse. The thing is, even when he was, like, arguing with her about the guy texting, they were in the restaurant, and he was like, you know what, F you, I'm leaving you here, whatever. In his head, he was like, thank God I took my mom's car and not hers this time, because I'm leaving her here. And it's like, you don't even have anything, not a single thing of your own. Not a single thing of your own. Not a single thing of your own. And you're doing all of this to people, to your mother and to your girlfriend who gave you everything. And you, I just can't. So reading, just like I don't even know how many chapters he has in this book. It's not many, but just reading those is giving me visceral anger, and it's making me not even want to finish this book, which barely has him in it. Like, I can deal with him being a character in, like, other people's chapters, but I cannot deal with him in his own chapters. They piss me off to the highest thing. So reading a whole book with him doesn't seem plausible. Let me count how many chapters he has in his mother's book. 9. That's too many. No. And there's 9, and I've only read 2 of them. No. That's too many. I just can't. So I cannot picture reading an entire book that's like 433 pages of him. Let me see. I'm going to read the description of book 2. Things in his life are never for certain, but one thing that will always be a constant is this love between star-crossed Couture and Kari. One, I'm glad this is taking years later when he's a grown man and not horrible anymore. I don't know what the tragedy is. I'm going to find out what the tragedy is in this book. I'm hoping the tragedy is he gets shot. I hope he gets shot. I don't take shootings lightly. I don't take guns lightly. But you don't mess around and play around in business you have no idea how to run. You grew up in the suburbs with a preacher father and never have been on this side of the street ever. And you go over to the hood because your mom basically has 6 kids that she has to deal with. One who's a grown man and offers nothing. And not saying you have to offer anything to your mother, to your parents. The parents are supposed to provide for you. But once you become 18, you expect things from your parents. Instead of expecting them like you're still 14, do them for yourself. Don't expect certain food on the table when you don't buy groceries. Don't expect your parents to act a certain way towards you just because you're in a gang now. Who do you think you are? Ooh. And I'm in the middle of a chapter. But after this chapter's over, I go right back to his POV. And it's pissing me off. He's pissing me off. He's a disgusting little man. Disgusting. I think the thing that people often forget, if it's a standalone but interconnected romance series, sometimes authors make people a little bit too unforgivable. And they don't realize it. You've made your character a little bit too unforgivable. Now, I never want to look at this boy again in my life. I hope he gets shot. There's 9 chapters of his in this book. I've only read 2, I believe. I never want to hear this boy's name again in my life. Yeah, I still have to read several more chapters of it, right? And he's going to get worse before he gets better. But they make them too evil, too horrible, and then expect you by the end of the book where they get the redemption to be in love with them, to be like, wow, that really was a good change. It's not. I still remember everything that he did. I will always remember everything that he did. It pisses me off. Also, this is a marriage of convenience book. Sarah, like I said, she has 6 children. 6. Kari is the oldest at 18. So he's doing all that. Most of that stuff his mother doesn't even know about. He only knows that he has a girlfriend, he has a rapping career, and he's hanging around gang people because he's lied. She asked him point blank, "Are you in the gang? I need to know because absolutely not. You will not be." He said no. I just know a couple people from it. She's like, whatever. So that's him. She has 5 others. Do I remember all their names? No, but she has one that's around like sophomore, junior age, like 14, 15, 16, right? And he's very good at basketball. He can make it to the NBA. She has another one, but that's the one who knows his mom is struggling. He's like, I really want to help her, but she's like, no, I want you to be a child. I want you to focus on basketball, focus on football, focus on the things, right? So he's so good at school. He has free periods where he has no classes. She doesn't know he's selling drugs to help her. She doesn't know that. She thinks while he's at free period, he's just having a good old time, right? She has another son who is doing fine. He's perfectly fine. He's doing whatever. But one of her younger sons has a heart condition that he didn't get when he didn't have it when he was born. He developed it later on. He's like 8 to 10 range. So that's the thing she's struggling with the most. This is a marriage of convenience book. So basically what happens is Prime is like, I know some very good doctors, but they're family doctors type of thing. So you're not family. They won't help you type of thing. Because they're doing it as a favor to the family, but you're not family, so it won't happen. It's a little like, okay. So he's like, we should get married to help your son. And at first, she was thinking about it for a very long time. Like, he asked her like 2-3 weeks ago. She was like, let me just think about it. Hey guys, I'm just going to do a voiceover for this part because I was yapping for a very long time. Moral of the story is to help her son who has a heart condition and get the help that he needs, she's going to marry Prime so that she can get his benefits. However, he still has a girlfriend and a child by said girlfriend, and she doesn't want to be the side chick because basically that's how her marriage ended in the first place because her husband was cheating on her. However, there's an attraction, obviously, but what I'm basically saying in this entire clip that's just taken too long is that even though he likes her, he doesn't break up with this woman for the girlfriend that he's with for so long that it gives me the ick because she basically is the side chick, even though she thinks that she's not, even though she feels like she's not because I'm not sleeping with him, I'm not doing anything with him, but you are still what? Hanging out with him, kissing him, doing other things. You're the side chick. And I did not sign up for a story where the main girl is a side chick. I'm pissed. I'm not gonna like Kari. I'm not. I don't think I'm reading book 2. I cannot. He just killed a man. He just cheated on his girlfriend while she was in the same building. And then killed the boyfriend of the girl he was cheating on his girlfriend with. Then cheated on her again the next day with his usual side piece. Well, no, not his usual side piece. And then his side piece came and was arguing, they were fighting. And then right in front of his mother's building. His mom comes out, Lasaria comes out of the room. It's like, why is everybody fighting? And he's like, she mad because I was having sex with this one, that one, that one, that one. And then she takes him inside. She takes him inside the house, and she's like, "You think Couture is gonna stand for this? You're cheating on her. You're embarrassing her. You're doing all this, that, and the other." But before all this happens, hold on, because I'm getting ahead of myself. He smacks her. He smacks his side piece. He smacks her. I'm not. I'm not. I am not. And his mother said, I saw y'all arguing and fighting. I saw you smack that girl. Why would you do something like that? He said, well, she was putting her hands on me. And she said to him, you are big enough to push her over, and that could be the end of it. Why did you, like, no repercussions for his actions. None. And I know some are going to happen, right? I know by the end of this book, Couture is going to leave him. Because book 2 is a second chance romance, right? So Couture is going to leave him. He might get shot his damn self. Whatever. But I'm so sick. I'm so sick. And he just had sex with the girl he smacked. He just had sex with her without a condom. So I'm pretty sure she's going to get pregnant. And I'm so over it. I can't do this anymore. I can't. He is the worst part of this book, and it's not even about him. Why does he have chapters in this damn book? And I'm telling you this right now. I'm 94% sure I'm not going to read book 2. I might skip over that one and go straight to book 3 if I continue this series. But I might not continue this series at all. I don't need any more. I'm over it. I'm sick. I'm sick. Alright, bye. I have decided that I'm DNFing the series. Okay? I'm DNFing the series. But I will finish this book. But I have decided for my own mental well-being, I'm skipping Kari's chapters until maybe like the last 2. I'm 51% through the book. I'm about to go work out. So that's that. I'm just going to work out, take a shower, finish this book, and then try to build my PC that's still over there in the corner. So, since the last time I spoke to you, I said that he killed a man, which he did. And he has not been caught cheating by his girlfriend. His mom gave him no consequences for these actions, even though he was having sex in his mother's house on her couch. He's been doing it in his mother's car and his girlfriend's car. He is just a deadbeat bum of a man. A straight bum. And this is what I say when I say sometimes authors go a little bit too far and make the character so utterly unlikable he could die right now and I wouldn't give a damn. I'm pissed. I'm over it. Done with a mother who allows this type of stuff. Like, he's talking crazy to her. He's doing crazy to her. He's physically abused a woman. He's cheated. He's killed a person. He's done so much. And it's not redeemable. It's just not redeemable. And the fact that the mom is still kissing him on the forehead right after he did these things is disgustingly crazy. I'm gonna finish this book. And who knows what I'm rating it. Because if Kari wasn't in this book, if he wasn't here, this book would get like a 3.5, maybe even a 4. That's pushing it though. But because he's in this book, and I cannot separate the way he acts from the way his mother treats him to the way the romance between his mother and Prime is going, it's all a jumbled mess. The way he acts towards Prime is all a jumbled mess. I just can't. I really and truly can. I'm gonna finish this book, and Siobhan Latrice will be off my list, so that's good. But I'm still halfway through her book, so I don't know. I don't want to DNF it because some of the parts are so messy and so like, ooh, I want to know what's going on, that I want to finish the book. But the other parts are just like, why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here for this? So I'll update you when I'm either 75% done or fully done because I want to be done. I finished The Marriage Favor, and I'm gonna give it a 1.5 star. Here are my last and my final thoughts for this book, and then I'm never reading from her again. I'm DNFing this series. I had another book I was gonna read by her, but she's put me off so much. I'm done. First of all, we already know I hate Kari, right? And we read the synopsis together, and we saw something big was gonna happen. And what did I say? I said I hope he gets shot, wherever by a car or something. Every man in this book was horrible in some type of way, and every man in this book had no consequences for his action. But every man in this book learned their lesson through a woman getting hurt, dying. I this whole book proved struggle love, but this whole book also, it was a little, I'm not gonna say homophobic, but it kind of was. And it also, Kari learned his lesson that we read in the synopsis by Couture getting shot for his dumb stuff and her becoming infertile because of it. And he also got his mother's best friend killed. This whole book was icky in so many different ways, and I'm just, I I need I need women to stop writing books where the man has no consequences for his actions, can act however they want to. Like, so many women write romances that are literally just abusive relationships and nothing else. And I also need women to stop writing books where the main guy is with the girlfriend at first, then the main girl comes in, and that's when he like breaks off with her or whatever. That's perfectly fine with me. But the main girl in this book was the side chick for 70% of this book. 70%. I'm over it. Let me get this straight. Let me say this to you. I'm over it. No more from this author, right? So the next author we shall read will be Miss K. Shanae. I'm very excited to read her. I have 3 books picked out. I have The Love I Deserve, Desire, and Meant to Love You. I don't know which one I'm going to start with, but I'm most likely going to start with Desire because I have borrowed the audiobook from Libby. So that's where I'm going to start. And that's just, I'm hoping. I'm hoping and I'm praying that I find books that I enjoy, that I love, that I would want to buy special editions of, that I want to get signed when I go to this thing. But, I mean, and this happened last time because last year when I didn't read from all the authors last time, I just read from a couple. And one of them was so bad, I've never read something like that in my life, you know? I didn't get anything from that person, but I'm hoping that at least one of these 3 ladies is a good time and a good read and a good romance. Let's pray. Let's pray for it, shall we? Wait, I had to come back on here and say something real quick. Because you guys might be thinking, Karen, a lot of your problems stem from Kari, who is not the main romance of this book. Why do you care more about that than the romance? Shouldn't you give this a higher rating because of that? And let me tell you the answer to that. No. Here's why. Prime, which is the main male character of this book, is a way better man, right, than Kari. However, he still was cheating on his girlfriend with multiple women. He allowed his son in a very not healthy relationship with his mother, and he allowed it for quite a while. The mother, not the mother, but the main female character, found out. I want this to sit with you for a second, and I want you to think about this really hard. The mother found out that her son was involved in a gang-related murder, accidentally killing an elderly woman. And she, as his punishment, you're thinking she's gonna scream at him. She's gonna yell at him. She's gonna kick him out the house. Like, you acting grown, be grown. But what she does instead is takes away his phone for 4 days. Is this thing on? She took, I don't think you're ready, away his phone for 4 days. Because when people murder, they don't go to jail. They don't get fined. They don't get murdered themselves. They get their texting privileges taken away. You don't understand how many times this boy did something inhumane to a woman. And his mother kissed him on the temple and just said, "I love you. You're my son, so this excuses your behavior. Just don't do it again." And then he did it again and again and again and again and again. It's crazy because of that, I feel like she's not a great mother, because she had a daughter at the end, and the way he treated so many women in this book, if a man treated her daughter like that, she'd go ballistic. Her son literally got her best friend / her cousin killed. He did that. And once he found that out, he was laughing half a page later. And when she found out, there was no yelling, no being upset, no consequences for his actions. It just is what it is, It is what it is. This book really angers me. It angers me to the utmost animosity, and I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Hey, I'm 35% through Desire by Miss K. Shanae, and let's talk about it. It's a pretty good book. First of all, anything would be better than what I read last time, right? But it's pretty good. Like, it's just that it's not like blowing me away or anything. It's not like, oh, I really, really like this book. It's just a good book, There's nothing special. That feels really mean, saying that there's nothing special about it. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it. But it's just, it just is what it is. It's a very, good book. It's depending on who you are, I think it'd either be good or it'd be amazing. And I'm just a person it's really good. It would get a 3 or 3.5. Nothing serious, It'll stay a Kindle book kind of thing. But it's still really good. And if it keeps up this way or gets better, I'm going to continue on with the other 2 books I wanted to read for Miss K. Shanae in this video. But I'm pretty good with with this one so far. So I'm all good. I'm all good. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I have a palate cleanser. And I think this one is the longest one of the K. Shanae ones, and it's 200 plus pages. So that's not bad at all. One of them is 130 pages, which I love to see, and the other one I don't remember. But I'm glad that, this one is really good, really decent compared to all the other ones. So I'll update you when I'm done, because I got through 35% very quickly. So I'll finish this book probably today, and we'll see how I, rate it and how I like it. Bye. Hello. I just finished Desire. Don't mind me, my bobby pin went awry, and now my bangs are banging. So I'm just gonna hold this down for a quick second while I record this. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It was perfectly fine, perfectly good. In my opinion, it just didn't have much of a personality. And you could very much tell that even more with the audiobook. It sounded like the 2 narrators were just speaking word for word off a script. Like, do you know what I mean by that? Like, it just sounded very, It was very no personality. But it was still leaps and bounds better than Siobhan Latrice's book. But it was good enough that I would give this author another chance. So I have another book by her that's 130 pages. So I'm going to read that one first. If that one gives me the same vibe, I won't read the third one. But maybe this is an author that is better at like novella size books than novel size books, which is perfectly fine. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's all the thoughts I really have. I don't have many thoughts. All right, hi everyone. I finished Meant to Love You by Kay Shanae, and I'm giving it like a 2.5 to a 3 star. It's just something about her books are very lifeless or soulless. Like, they're just very no personality. They just go through the motions, and like, it is what it is type of thing. So I'm done with her now. I read 2 out of the 3, and they're both mid, so I shall not be continuing. So that's 2 out of the 3 done for this video. The next person I'm going to do is ML Bash, which I've already read one book, I think it was last year or the year before, that I loved by her. So I put 2 books on my list to read by her. Both are from the same series. So I am officially halfway through Night by ML Bash, and I'm having a great time, which I'm very happy about after my last couple of books didn't go too well. But I'm having a great time reading this, and it's a wide choose romance, which I didn't know, but it's also a male, female MFF wide choose romance, which I have never read before. I have never read a where it's multiple women. It's always been multiple men. And because I always felt like if it was multiple women, it would be icky and people wouldn't know how to write it, and the man would come off gross. So, but that is not the case with this one. It's really good. I'm very much enjoying it, and I'm very happy I'm reading it. It has the mafia elements to it. It's a little bit of a dark romance, and that comes into play with one of the other women. Basically, in this lifestyle, you get arranged marriages. There's like tests and stuff like that you go through, and then you get with somebody who's very compatible to you. And the main guy, Knight, and Nova are very compatible. They like each other immediately. It's a very cute romance. And then at their wedding party, they both actually meet Casmi. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Casmi. And she has already been in an arranged marriage, but her family just needed a come up and money. So they gave her to basically anybody without all the testing, without the interviews, without the anything. And she got with a very horrible man. That's where the dark romance comes in, basically. And Knight gets her out of that, and nothing has happened between the 3 of them yet, and I'm halfway through the book. I'm 53% through the book, but I like that. And I like that it starts when when it finally starts, I was wondering if it was going to be basically he does everything with them, but they don't do anything with each other, or if it was going to be they did everything with each other. And I think it's going to be they do everything with each other, which I like, because sometimes it feels like because I feel this way with reverse harems. If there's a lot of guys, I'm like, not one of y'all is bi, not one of y'all. But this one, it's like she is the first one to have like a inkling. Like Nova is the first one to have an inkling. Like, I'm looking at her a different way, and I like that. And they're so communicative. Like they communicate very well. This man is a man. Knight is a man. And I'm very happy about that. He's a very good man. He's a very good husband. Ooh, it's like this feels like a real marriage, and a real, like, we compromise and we listen to each other. It feels like a real marriage, and it's really good. I'm having a great time reading this. I have officially finished Night by ML Bash, and I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars. It was really good. It was really good. It was my first ever Why Choose romance where there was multiple women and a single guy, and it was really good. And I'm hoping all of them are like this. Was really good. I love the way it was a slow build up to them having a relationship. There was so much communication, and especially since it was an arranged marriage, there was so much talking about open relationships, and is this going to be a throuple type thing? There was multiple couples in this book that had like a polyamory thing going on. We didn't see much of them. We heard some of them. So I'm hoping there's other books. Hi guys. So for the last book of this video, we're finally there. Aren't you happy? Aren't you glad? We are reading Rook. This is the last ML Bash book, and I think I'm going to like it. Now, it is almost 5 p.m. It's 4:40, so I'm starting a little bit late. I have finished Rook, and I'm going to give it a 3.5 or a 4. I'm thinking more of a 4. It was really good. I still really much enjoyed it. I do like Night better, but it was still really good. I just think because it's mainly just, again, an arranged marriage, but just different scenario. And I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but it's like reluctant to friends with benefits to friends to lovers. And I think it was done really well. I just think that the back and forth lasted a little bit too long. I did want more background on the FMC. She didn't have as much built up to her. And obviously you know the guy more because that's what we're following, his family, finding love. So, but I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that this vlog ended with 2 good books and 2 books that I wouldn't mind buying. I'm happy that, so my win rate right now is like a 33.3, which isn't the greatest, hey, but it can go up from here. It can go up from here, and that's all that matters. I hope you guys enjoyed this little adventure that we've been on. I plan on doing an episode 2 fairly quickly because there's a lot of authors out there. And I checked the website a couple days ago. There's a new author who's going to be at the event. So there's another author that has to be added to the list. So I'm very excited about that. And I don't have till the end of the year. I only have till October. So I have to be quick about it. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode, but in the next video in general. Bye.